Well, I would love to jump on in to welcome everyone and start our morning off with a little bit of it's an exercise more. Well, it's a meditative exercise this morning. And so if you haven't already, I encourage you to go ahead and mute yourself, and you can turn off your camera for just this part, and I'll invite you back in. And there we go. Fantastic. All right. So good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, December 28th, and we are joining together this morning to talk about some really cool things. Encouragement of the heart. So we're actually going to take a little bit and get into our bodies for a moment, because a lot of people say they can't meditate. But have you ever noticed that the front of your teeth can get dry sometimes? And that you can actually, if you really just kind of slow down, smell the inside of your nose. I know it's a little strange, but these are things that take us into our body. And there's actually a buzzing in your fingertips. And this is actually a magic trick that you can do to silence your mind anytime that you want to. So I invite you to close your eyes and just come back to noticing that buzzing in your hands or fingers. Don't look at them, because your eyes should be closed, but all the same, just feel your hands and your fingers with your full attention. Notice how there's a subtle buzzing, a tingling, and that it gets stronger the longer you hold your attention on it. And as your mind is becoming your hands and fingers with your full attention, notice the subtle buzzing, the tingling sensation of the blood pumping, and just hold your attention on that for a moment. Stay locked in. And then consciously take a deep breath in. And on the way out, just notice how you feel. Notice if your mind is clear. And now let go of that. Focus on your hands and start to notice the sounds in the room around you. They might be subtle, they may not be so subtle, but just flex 100% of your attention on those details, on the sounds. And keep your attention flexed on those details for a few more moments. Choose and notice that as you do, your mind stops. There's just no room to think as long as we keep our attention flexed on this sounds. So you can utilize this anytime you want to slow down your mind on the spot. And you don't have to have your eyes closed if you're doing this to calm you down somewhere else, although that does help. And now I want to bring you back to the sensation and buzzing vibration in your hands and fingers. And then notice the sounds in the room at the same time. This is giving you the input from your body and from your environment. Notice how that's different for you. And yet it's still calming. It's still easing and clearing. When you're ready, I invite you to gently open your eyes, but without really looking around, just having a soft gaze in front of you, letting go of the focus on your hands, letting go of the focus of the sounds. They're just there with your eyes gazing gently. You notice how you can see the whole field of vision without looking around, just having this soft gaze. You can see everything in your peripherals without even trying too hard. And you might notice now that you can still hear the sounds and you can feel your hands. So you've added another sense in. And you can stay with the details for another moment, or you can just let it all go and take a deep breath in and let it all out. And when you're ready, you can join us back in the room together, taking yourself off of mute and showing up on video if that's available to you. And I just want you to notice, and if you want to, you can take a couple of notes down, that those are all different steps that we kind of played with and combined, but that you can notice the finger or tingling. And that's one way that you can just really focus your mind for a moment and clear everything else out. Or you can listen to the sounds. Or you can just use your vision and allow it to be gentle and seeing this little movement over here or that pop of color over there. Each of them individually are ways to allow you to touch into yourself instead of being absorbed into the other situations that are happening around us. That being said, you can also combine them, any of the ones that we just did. And so I'm curious, what was that like for you? What did you notice? Was one of them harder than another? How did that experience land for you? So let's start there, and then we can dive into more of our intuition and our compasses.